And welcome back to Fastest Furs. I am your host for this evening, Rhythm Bastard. And I hope you guys are all psyched tonight for Fall Fest 2024. Up next, we have a Doom 2020 run by Zello. And there is an incentive going on to play the fun levels. So we are looking forward to that. If you need a little incentive to get toward that incentive, when making a donation, we also got some prizes ready for you. For example, today's prizes, thanks to the incredible generosity of our Fastest Furs community, we are thrilled to offer a different assortment of prizes, as well as a unique grand prize each day throughout the event. On day one, cumulative donations of at least $50 during the stream will automatically qualify you to win our day one grand prize, an analog pocket donated by Furry Logic Escape Rooms. The analog pocket is the perfect way to play all of your classic Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games in the modern age. Additional prizes are available as well if you make a single donation of at least $25. For a full list of the prizes available each day, use the command !prizes in chat. And of course, we are doing this for charity. Yes. It's okay, Solus. Calm down. Your one's after this one. You got some time to prepare. That's right. You are watching Fastest Furs Fall Fest 2024 in support of Trans Lifeline. We are proud to be raising money for Trans Lifeline for the 5th consecutive year. Founded in 2014, Trans Lifeline is a crisis and peer support hotline run by trans people for trans and questioning callers. Calls to Trans Lifeline are fully anonymous, confidential, and use informed consent when connecting to resources outside of the hotline. Operating in both the US and Canada, Trans Lifeline needs our help to meet the ongoing demand for their services, and we hope you consider joining us in supporting their life-saving work by using the command !donate in chat. For more information, please visit www.translifeline.org. We are happy to share that we will be returning to Furry Week in Atlanta in 2025 for another in-person speedrunning event, and we would love to see you there. FWA 2025 will take place in Atlanta, Georgia from May 8th to May 11th, 2025. You can register today to take advantage of early bird pricing as well as browse hotel and other travel options. Use the command !FWA for a link to the event site or visit www.furryweekend.com. All right. I'm getting word that we are getting ready. So give it up for Zello running Doom 64. Watch me die any percent. Whenever you're ready.
Thank you very much, RB. Hi, everyone. I'm Zelo or Zello, however you want to say it. Never matters to me. We're going to be having a fun follow-up on our fantastic Turok 3 run with another great boomer shooter. This is Doom 64. This is unfortunately not the 64th game in the series. This is actually more of a direct sequel to Doom 2, made by Midway back in 1997. We're going to be playing the 2020 remaster by Night Dive Studios, and it's a fantastic version of the game. Very accessible, very fun to play. So I hope you'll enjoy this. Before we get started with the run, I have two wonderful friends and commentators. If you all want to introduce yourself real quick.
Hello again. I'm WesleyWulf, also a fellow Texan along with Zello. Yeah, I also run this game.
I'm Ele. I'm also Midwest, but a bit more north than that. I used to run WMD Max, did a bunch of routing, but Zilo's here for speed, and we're going to see a lot of speediness today.
A lot of speed in. So we'll go ahead and get started. So let me explain the category. So the category is Watch Me Die Speed. So we're going to be playing the normal campaign for this. Watch Me Die is the hardest difficulty in the game. It's equivalent to Ultra Violence in Doom 1 and 2. There's no Nightmare in this game, normally. Modders have fixed that, but we'll be doing that. And then Speed is basically our Doom moniker for any percent. So we'll just be speeding through as fast as possible. And hopefully these two wonderful handmade plushes by my wonderful wife Haru will not give me a hard time during this run, because this run is really tough. So I'm gonna leave the commentary to Ele and Wolf for just first few levels, since I need to really focus. So we're gonna go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, good luck. So with this first level, we've got a lot of these hit scanners, and as I explained in the last run, hit scan is just like it's a roll of dice. They could do upwards of, I think, 45 damage per shot. And shotgunners are the worst of offenders here. They're the ones with the gray pants. Yeah, other than that, there is a lot of dodging of these enemies that we affectionately call pinkies. Yeah, there's a big group of them there. So ideally, what you want to do is try to like shepherd them away, and then, cut across to the other side. Oh, that was a bad hit there.
Okay, we're at least out.
Okay.
No complaints there. So level 2, the Terraformer. Here we could talk about scripting. The system in Doom 64 that isn't in the original PC games, it allows for dynamic level transformations, timed events, and so on. Coming up, we have what's called a key bump. So basically, it allows you to be inside of a wall or a ledge for a moment before the game ejects you back out. This allows you to pick up whatever item that's on that ledge. Pretty much always a key for speed runs. I don't remember if we press the switch for this or not. I don't think we do.
I do still in this category.
Okay. But yeah, we press a switch to basically have a macro script going, which blocks what would be ceiling crushers. So that kind of prevents it there. We could run back and forth. We could probably have a time for a message right here, since we have to wait.
All right. We have a donation from Sinar Coyote for $50, putting towards the Play the Fun levels incentive, who says, "Oh wow, what a handsome and talented voice that sounds like. I bet he has a great stream of his own." Well, yes, I do, but there's time later to plug all that. Thank you very much.
Okay, so yeah, we had to wait in that that little door, the red door, just basically waiting for the ceiling piston crushers to come down so we can access the next part of the level. And yeah, for the yellow key here, there's a bunch of hit scanners, and I believe, yeah, we pick up the rockets over here. Rockets are kind of at a premium. They're very important in pretty much any category of this game. They do lots of damage, rivaled really only by the super shotgun, which we're gonna see, I believe, in the next level. And then we're just kind of making our way to the exit at this point. Just gotta take care of a few imps, and we're out.
Yeah, I'm glad I grabbed the Berserk earlier, because not only does the Berserk refill your health, it also increases your punching power for the rest of the level.
Yeah. And here we are. We pick up the super shotgun in main engineering, which any self-respecting Doom fan, it is their favorite weapon by far. This thing, if all the pellets connect, it does the same damage as a single rocket does, but it's very ammo efficient, and it's really good for clearing out some enemies for us. So what you'll see Zello do here is he'll stand in a specific spot, because that is going to spawn prevent another Cacodemon, and you'll see that come up quite a bit. Typically in a run this difficult, playing on Watch Me Die,
Okay, there we go.
We want to avoid this fighting as many things as possible. So there we go. And then we're going to head up again to this area. One thing to note is Doom 64's maps are very small to account for the limited space on the N64 card, but they got very creative with their map design. So, a couple of rockets clear out the Lost Souls. Very aggressive, very vicious enemy. Again, more rockets. We're going to pick up, kind of go out of our way to pick up extra ammo, because it will come up very important later on. Right, here we are right at the end. He's going to grab secret armor out of there. I believe that reduces what, like 50% damage?
Yeah, 50% for mega armor, 33% for normal armor. So very, very useful, because everything in this game hits like a truck. Also, there's going to be a very important flashing warning as I grab this soul sphere on the right here. So it's going to last about 5-10 seconds. So please look away if you are flash prone. Alright, and now we're good. You can look again.
Okay, yeah, glad you got that covered. So yeah, this is holding area. At the beginning there was a few enemies we needed to kill to open the door to the next area. That's actually going to be a common theme just throughout this map pack. It's just having to kill enemies to progress in just most maps.
What are you doing, Hell Knight? I've never seen him move that way before.
We've got to watch out for some Lost Souls here, as we saw in the previous level. Kind of dangerous enemies. They only have half health, but they're way more aggressive.
Alright, so Tech Center. So a fan favorite of Doom 2 was Tricks and Traps, and this one is heavily inspired by that one. You start in like a central hub area, and you have these branching paths. So we're going to visit a room and collect something, or activate a switch, visit the other side, just a lot of back and forth. And dodging Hell Knights. Oh, you were in a really bad spot there.
I'm glad I had a lot of health. Like I said, everything hits like a truck in this difficulty. We're okay now.
Alright, so the yellow door room, there is a Megasphere that we'll pick up, or not Megasphere, sorry, Supercharge, or Soul Sphere that we'll pick up later on, to top off on health again. We go through this very complex room here. It can take you quite a few runs before you really memorize the layout. Of course, Zello's the master here, and he's got it down. You gotta be careful with your movement in this area, because those ceiling crushers will slow you down and do a lot of damage. Squeeze by the meatball right there. And here we are grabbing another mega armor.
Oh no, the Lost Souls got freed. That's really rough. They're gonna cause a lot of chaos coming up. So we're gonna go ahead and get that soul sphere now.
They don't always break through, but yeah, it's just, you kind of just enter panic mode whenever that happens.
Oh, this is not looking good in terms of enemy position.
And we get some cacodemons.
Also, the absolute worst key in the game. It's on this little tiny ledge, and if you run full speed, you run right over the key without picking it up.
Yeah. So again, he's kind of maneuvering around so we can grab what extra rockets he can. And gotta be careful with that exit, because you can still take damage there. There's like a few frames where you're vulnerable.
Yeah, 15 frames at 30 FPS logic, so if you die while you're exiting, you do complete the level, but you end up with no equipment because you start from a pistol start, and we don't want that to happen.
Yeah, that'd be maybe like not run end, but very, very, very inconvenient. So yeah, level 6 Alpha Quadrant. We're going to the right side first to get the yellow key. I think we're gonna take a detour for the Megasphere. Yeah.
Yeah, my health is too low to do the rest of the level, because this level is extremely dangerous. This is probably the most difficult early game level.
Yeah, for sure. Mainly because of one room that's coming up a little bit later that we refer to as the American Gladiator room after we get past these Hell Knights. Yeah, you'll see what I mean by that. So, Just come back. We have to press the switch coming up here once for the door to open, I believe, and then just to get this platform out of the way with the bridge. And this is a fun thing that happens in specifically Doom 64, that Hell Knights and Barons can infight with each other. That's not possible in the PC Dooms because they're classified as the same enemy. It's a little extra infighting damage to help things out. So now we're going to cross this bridge, kind of try and do a ledge jump here. Nice.
Yeah, first try. That was really tight on the remaster, so really glad to get that.
Yeah, so we don't have the neutral reset with the analog sticks anymore.
Alright, now we have American Gladiator room right here. This is the most difficult room in the early game to cross. And I'm stuck on a Baron, but we still managed to get it. I'm still getting beat up, so it's not over yet. I still need to exit this level with a decent amount of health. So we're going to take this very safe.
Not over yet, as they say.
Getting out of that as first try is really good, though. It's extremely difficult to get through that in one pass because there's a bunch of lost souls around the room that try and block you. You have to make these jumps between barons, and if you try and make it easy by clearing the enemies out, you just spawn a pain elemental one, so that's no good. Anyways, we're gonna do this quick trigger skip, and then we've got this rocket jump right here. There we go.
Right. So what happened there was what Zelo did was set up for a line def skip. Now line defs are basically in Doom, they're like building blocks. Like lines make up switches, they make up triggers in this case. And the game basically it updates like every few frames. And if you're fast enough and have the right angle, you can skip over that, and the game it will act as if you don't even trigger it. So down in here, he's going to grab that rad protection, dodge the Hell Knights. Looks like he took a nasty scratch there. Still not done yet.
That was scary.
There's an area up in here. If you're too fast, you can like break the next room, and like there's a texture that reads "I suck at making maps."
Yeah, that one's great. It's basically the placeholder texture. If things go wrong, it's great.
Yeah, so that's an instance of where you don't want to line def skip.
Alright, one last Hell Knight in the exit room, so I have to avoid taking damage here. Okay, good.
Nicely done.
Alright, so now we're coming up on essentially the last level of the first, quote, episode. So we have Final Outpost. Right away, we're going to do a skip that bypasses a trap. Usually lowers the floor, wastes a bit of time. Then here we do some zigzagging back and forth to grab the SSG. This is a required grab to basically activate progression for the next part of the level. And I think, Zelo, you're going to want to explain this trick coming up, right?
Yeah, so we have extra speed from the diagonal movement, and we can kind of do stuff with line depths here. So we're going to do what I call my favorite key bump. So if you run into this pedestal at a precise angle and speed, you can get the item. So I'm just going to line up here, and I'm going to run backwards, and I'm going to grab the key with my butt. So I call that booty grab.
We love booty grab.
Funny thing is, it's relevant on every single category in the game.
Yeah, that saves so much time.
And now we have one of the scariest rooms, because if I fall in this pit, I can't get out.
The funny thing is, you don't even use that red key, so it's just it's staying in there, clinched in there.
Yeah. So, yeah, for this final room, we have 4 barons in these like center 4 pillars that spawn. You have to kill them to get basically to the end of the level with the teleporter. Just race some stairs after they die. And it's the
case.
Yeah.
I've been knocked off the
nice.
stairs before, and it's embarrassing when that happens.
Yep.
Alright, this is the level where we wanted all those rockets for.
Yeah, this is the infamous Even Simpler, which is inspired by Dead Simple from Doom 2. Kind of same theme to it. We started with Mankiewicz firing at us, and so important thing to note here is that in order to progress this level, there's certain enemies that need to die. So in this first room, it's just these Mancubus, but then it will spawn Cacodemons and Hell Knights, and Zero will want to focus on the Hell Knights while dodging the Cacodemons, because then that will spawn a whole bunch of Barons, and he's gonna hopefully position himself where he can spawn block some of the Barons, because you know they're very tanky and they are required to progress. So the less we have to kill, the better.
My rocket count is good. I just need to get this invulnerability ASAP. So hopefully we block one here. And now we book it to the invulnerability because a bunch of panel elementals spawn. Well, why don't you talk about how dangerous they are in this game?
Yeah, pain elementals, they have 2 mouths now, so they spit out twice the number of twice the number of lost souls, which, as I said before, are very aggressive, and they can cause you to eat your own rockets because they fly at you at full speed. And yeah, so Zella wants to deal with all this as quick as possible while he's got the invulnerability. I think he's just got, what, 2 left?
I think that's everything. Yep, everything's gone. Out of here.
There you go.
Very nice.
Yeah, one of the scariest levels in the game for sure, because if anything goes off script, it's bad.
Yeah. Alright, so level 10, we got the Bleeding. We're actually going to pick up 2 new weapons in this level, the Plasma Gun and the BFG. Plasma Gun works a bit differently than it does in PC Doom. In Doom 64, it doesn't have the cooldown recoil after you stop firing, but it also has a much slower firing rate, and we won't be using it too much in this run. It's kind of weak in comparison to everything else we got.
I had a nice Dime face rocket, so shoutouts to Dime.
Shoutouts to Dime.
Our good friend and OG Doom runner.
Mm-hmm. Get a Mega Armor secret there. Any Mega Armor we can pick up is really good, honestly, for safety. This is probably also a good time to talk about the BFG, since we're going to be picking it up real soon. It behaves practically identical to PC Doom's BFG, where there's a charge up with the shot. It takes 40 cells to fire, and after the ball hits, there's 40 tracers fired out from Doom Guy's position, kind of a cone shape, in basically the general angle you fired the ball. So if you want to do the most damage to an enemy, basically fire the ball at something and then immediately run up, give it a big BFG hug.
Yep, that'll be relevant when we try and make the escape from this area. We're going to activate the secret needed in order to get the BFG. You got to interact with that face on the wall there.
And picking this up is going to spawn maybe 3 Mancubi, maybe none?
We got 2
that's
this time.
2. Yeah.
Not ideal, but that's okay.
Yeah, we kept the Spectres alive, like the invisible pinkies there, to try and spawn block the Mancubi. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Alright, now we're just going to face tank our way out of here, hopefully. Good.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of enemies in that area.
All right, Terror Core. Terror Core were required right from the start to kill pretty much everything in this area. So all the pinkies, all the imps, and all the zombie men need to die. This is also, like, behind the scenes, a very technical level, and it's, you know, goes to show you just how great Midway was at making maps, because there's so much like trickery going on here to give us the impression that you have rooms over rooms, which is not possible in the old FPS engines like this. So instead you have elevators that will raise and lower, and it just gives a nice visual illusion that you know, the level is quite a bit more complex than meets the eye.
Yeah, you might have heard a loud crunch when I went through that door, so the floors were lowering and rising when I went through a trigger, and that actually crushed a bunch of corpses that were where that happens.
So yeah, he just ran underneath it right there. We're going to go up there in a little bit. So right now it just kind of looks like there's a bridge, but there's really not. So first we got to clear out everything.
Nice, that was actually a pretty clean room. It's hard to do that one fast.
And you want to kind of take this one slow, because otherwise, if you're too fast and you don't make it to the other side, you'll trap yourself in, and that is essentially a soft lock.
It's funny because it'll look like there's a hole in front of you, but you can't actually cross it because you have an invisible wall.
Yeah. So quick swap to the plasma gun because that will kind of stun lock the cacodemons as he's running by. And it's just a matter of mopping up the lost souls in front of you, and now he's gonna move to that spot to shepherd over some barons and Hell Knight, and there we go.
Very
Nice clean
nice.
exit.
Yeah, you just get him against the wall and just run past. It's pretty scary because if it fails, you usually just die.
Yeah. Alright, so Altar of Pain. This is the first kind of castle layout in this campaign, where we start on the outside and we work our way inward. So we pick up a quick supercharge secret right away, and we're going to do a lap around to hit a switch, clear out a bunch of enemies. And then once we get the... Oh, did you fall?
Yeah, I fell, so that's fine. We'll make it work.
Yeah. So once we get the blue key, we gain access to the upper level of the switch we press behind. What I like to call the Armor of Shame. Well, I mean, maybe not the Armor of Shame since we have 0 armor at this point, but...
Yeah, I might be taking a death of shame because, wow, that was a lot of damage right there.
Yeah, the way armor works is, so this is green armor, which fills you up to 100, but it lowers your armor class to, like, the basic, where it only absorbs 1/3 damage. And that's even if you have, like, mega armor. If you pick it up and you have, like, less than 100 armor, for example, then you would pick it up and lower your class.
These cacos are on point. I've never seen them so
Yeah.
aggressive. Never have seen them so aggressive, ever.
I think we actually have a time. I wanted to ask how the fun level incentive is doing, RV.
We are just a little bit under halfway there.
Okay.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
I think so.
Okay. Sev donates $25. Says, maybe it'll coax an English or Japanese fan to chip in a counter incentive, and if not, we can pretend it's Drake Le Lion Blanc doing some of the VA work. They're contributing toward the voice language bid war going on for WMD-Wolf's Final Fantasy 16 run. So thank you very much, Sev.
Alright. Yeah, thanks for that. So yeah, the red key door is really brutal. There's like 6 Barons of Hell that you have to deal with, just to get a switch to raise up. And we did pick up... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so we could get the keys. I realized this recently, there's 5 barons in that room because there's a pentagram in that room. And I didn't even realize that until recently.
Oh, I didn't even realize that either.
We also picked up the Unmaker. It was that red gun. I don't think we're going to be seeing much of it.
No,
basically
it
just
is...
picked up for cells.
Yeah, the cells are useful, but as a weapon, it gets upgraded by visiting secret levels, and we're not going to do that in this run because that's slow.
So this is Dark Citadel, which has the infamous Dark Room, and Zello is not going to do the intended strat of picking up the invulnerability sphere. Instead, he's going to dance around them and try to minimize the amount of damage he takes. So yeah, especially on WMD, this is a extremely scary room. Those darts hit very hard. Okay, we're out of there.
Yeah, I'm leaving with 100 health. That's better than average.
And grabbing the invul. And down here, sometimes I think on Be Gentle, if you're really fast, that switch will not be ready yet because the macro is still running. But I think on WMD, there's so many things you're dodging.
I'm going to clear this guy out early because he's been giving me trouble in practice.
Oh, yeah.
Because we do need to come later, so it's better to just get rid of one of the Arachnotrons now and pray the other gets trapped.
Yeah. Probably a good idea. So now we're going to head down into, we call it the library area because there's like a bunch of shelves with like books on them. And it's quite, just a maze going back and forth, dodging enemies. Baiting that Hell Knight to get out of the way.
I don't like this. Nope, I'm stuck. His hitbox is right in the way. What a jerk.
Okay, he was in rough
Hello!
shape right now.
Everybody wants a piece of me.
I'm gonna let you focus. This is
Okay.
nerve-wracking even to watch.
Game is scary.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, almost died right there. The category is watch me die, so it hasn't happened yet, but it might happen coming up. All right, so
Thankfully,
we just need to get to this megasphere right here, and we're good. And go figure, the Arachnotron is right in the way.
all right. But yeah, there's some much needed supplies in here. Not only there's some cells for our energy weapons, but there's the Megasphere, which will top us off completely. And we'll be ready to go to Eye of the Storm.
Yeah, I know it's a long detour for that megasphere, but you really want to be topped off for this level coming up.
Hmm.
Yeah, so Eye of the Storm, like Zelo said, you want as much health and armor as you can possibly get, because this level does not have a lot at all. I don't think it even has any armor
No,
whatsoever.
it does not. It would have been nice for ILs to have armor.
Yeah, but as it is, yeah, we're just stuck with a bunch of med kits, which are nice. We do have to do a bunch of cleanup here in terms of just, again, killing enemies for level progression. Specifically, I think the Barons. I forget if it's the Arachnotrons as well.
No, just the Barons. We want the 4 Barons to die, and we're actually going to do a quick save load trick right here.
Yeah.
So by saving and reloading, as the key shows up, the Lost Souls that were at the top of that elevator, top of the shaft of the castle, they de-aggro, and we don't have to deal with them, which is very, very handy.
Yeah, and then we also get a nice little energy cell secret here. Yeah, the way that works basically, the original game didn't have quick save, quick load. That's a thing that's specifically in this remaster. So the way enemies spawn in is they don't like teleport in from monster closets as they would in the PC Doom games. They're actually just spawn in, which is nice for spawn blocking, as we mentioned earlier. Also good for max because you don't have to kill those enemies.
All right, we're gonna have a very loud BFG coming up right here. This is the loudest one coming through this door.
That's such a satisfying shot.
I almost died. Shoot.
But yeah, sketchy health, but
As long as I get out, that's fine.
I am drawing a blank on the name of this map, this level.
Dark Entries.
Dark Entries, thank you. Right, we talked about the limitations of the N64 cart. So, some enemies are not present in this, like the Revenants, but they are still here in spirit because there are turrets that function exactly like a Revenant. And they were in that first room. Rackatron. Getting very sketchy here. Okay.
Just a little.
Thankfully, there's a Berserk pack where we can top off. Along with the, getting the red key. Does a quick save there, because there is a Dark Trap along with several Barons to dodge. Now it's just a matter of getting through the final room, because there's some Barons in there. Again, there's the turrets firing rockets.
Unfortunately, the door did not stay open, so I need to charge inside. Okay.
So tell me about the fun levels, because that is the donation incentive we are coming up on. We're just a little bit shy of halfway there.
Somebody take over for that real quick.
Yeah, I can do that. So, fun levels, there were 3 in the original game. Now there's 4. So Zelo's going to play 4 if the incentive is met after this main run. Access normally during the features menu, which you unlock during using a password or the ultra secret level, beating it properly. There's very silly level layouts. You're gonna see a lot of cyber demons.
How did all these imps get in here? Sorry,
and
continue.
Not one of them blocked the door.
Not one of them. All 5 of them were in there. Never has happened before.
I've never seen that either.
That's never happened before.
Yeah, I think we have 20-ish, 25 minutes until the end of the run for that incentive to get met.
Yes, !donate so you get the link to donate and help us support Trans Lifeline. It's I've been just starting to play this game, and I'm curious to see what the fun levels look like.
Oh, they are interesting, for lack of a better term. So if you want me more screaming at my monitor like I am right now, you should donate for that.
Yeah, the fun levels are such a great, even spectator experience watching someone else play them. But yeah, this level it's almost over. This was Bloodkeep. Essentially like the halfway point, almost to the end of the second episode. Um, just a lot of like, crossing through down rivers and just across bridges and everything. Just like a lot of backtracking. But I think we're coming up on the end here. Yeah, so we're gonna, I think, charge up a BFG shot. Hopefully everything dies instantly. We'll see, because that's the kill trigger for the end of the level. You want to be in the center.
I think you did.
That's okay. Whoops. But yeah, if you're not in the center and you're on that platform when it lowers, you're out of luck because there's no way out. And I got by that as a kid.
I think everybody did. All right, this level we're gonna do some extra stuff. Talk about the secrets real quick.
All right, so this is Watch Your Step. And we explained about blind deaths. There's a lot of them, like just all throughout the level. There's all these extra enemy spawns that you can step on, and there's a lot of knowledge required for exactly which enemies you need to kill in order to keep progressing to get through to the end. And I don't know how you can figure that out without like opening up a map editor, like a map making engine, to actually see where all the triggers are. But there is so much going on behind the scenes with this map. So yeah, we got zombie men first to clear out, and then there's like a set of pinkies, but there's only specific ones that Zilla wants to kill. And then the imp spawn, followed by Hell Knights. And same thing, there's just like specific Hell Knights you want to kill and leave the other ones alone. And then that will in turn spawn Macubus and Arachnotrons. And once all of them are down, then 2 Cyber Demons spawn, which...
They spawned really early. I heard them already. So thankfully this is why we have the invulnerability, because their rockets are very deadly. They're like my rockets.
Yeah, even at like 200, they'll like 2 rockets will take you out.
Good enough.
So can someone in on the couch confirm or deny this? Rumor has it that the fun levels started as multiplayer levels, but as multiplayer was canceled for Doom 64, these levels were transformed into unique challenges. Thank you, Immorpher64, for that. If it's true.
Oh, hey, Morpher. I am unsure on it, but due to the what the level layouts look like, I would not be surprised in the slightest. It's very like arena-ish for like pretty much all the levels, the fun levels. That you'll hopefully see if you we get the incentive met.
Get the incentive, and you'll help us push toward $2,500. We're currently at $2,437. Again, just a little bit shy of $2,500.
That's so good for just the first day too. That's awesome.
Well, I'm gonna get rid of these guys, or they're just gonna get rid of me. I wanted to be safe and deal with them, but we finally got a death. It only took 2/3 of the run to do, so had a good streak going. But that's Doom 64 for you in a nutshell. One wrong decision can instantly kill you in this difficulty.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so this is level 18, Spawned Fear. There's going to be a lot of backtracking with this one. Yeah, the first thing we want to do, go down the stairs directly. Sorry.
No, the first thing I want to do is get rid of those Barons now because they kept blocking me. I'm like, no.
True.
There is a lot of improv in this run. Like, pretty much everything in this game that you can think of is random. Everything.
Yeah, I don't know if we talked about randomness. Could go over that real quick. The main thing is that damage output and input is random. Like, the shotgun shells, like, each pellet does its own damage, I think 5, 10, or 15. And then we got rocket splash damage, we got the spread of your shotgun, the chain gun spread, etc., etc. As well as enemy damage and movement. I think now is a good time to have a message as well. I think we're gonna have to do some waiting here.
All right, let me just double check. I don't see anything quite yet. It's still loading. But again, there are plenty of incentives. Again, the play the fun levels incentive, and the Final Fantasy 16 bid war is still active. Currently, we got Pronch in the lead, but again, with just one small donation, you can help change that. And of course, we do have a bevy of prizes. Our grand prize today is the Analog Pocket, donated by JD Puppy, and Furry Logic Escape Rooms. We also have the Furry Merch Keychain Prize Pack, 5 custom emotes commission from Casmut, 1 Xbox or PS5 or Switch Pro Controller winner's choice, and we have 2 Stitch Edge playmats by Blind Coyote Art. So exclamation point prizes if you want to get a look at the full spread.
Okay. I did want to explain after the announcement was done with what that waiting around was for. So essentially, that room is on, like, that circular room was on a timer. There was a pain elemental that spawned in the center there. What happened is we went behind it, so it didn't aggro, we didn't fire a shot, we were just waiting around. What normally happens is there's like 3 or 4 pain elementals that spawn in on a fixed timer, and then Hell Knights, of which I think we spawn blocked one of them. So we essentially waited around to spawn block pain elementals with themselves. And spawn blocking pain elementals is a thing we very much want to do. They're some of the deadliest enemies in the game. And
It's also important to note for pain elementals, there is a trick. The game will not spawn, will not let pain elementals spawn more lost souls if there are already more than 17 on the map.
yeah, and I think that was a limitation that was carried over from PC Dooms, if I remember right.
Yes, the cap back then was, I think, 21.
Okay.
Alright, finally got our last key. We can get out of here. This has one very scary exit room, because there's 3 pain elementals in the exit room, and we've already kind of gone under that lost soul limit.
Yeah. And thankfully, this level has a bunch of health and armor resources. Like, there's a Mega Sphere, 2 Supercharges, a Mega Armor, and we're out. Nice.
So I do have a very important donation. Now, of course, all donations are important, but Reddick donates $5 and asks, can the runner please say, it's tail time, like Gex?
If I can remember how to say it. Shoot. Tail time! That's like the best clip I can remember of it.
Oh, okay. Yes, thank you for that donation, Reddick. Listen, we could start a $5 hype train for sound bites half remembered from N64 collectathons. I'd be down for that.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Wes, you want to take breakdown since we kind of skipped the spiral, essentially?
Yeah, we went through Spiral so quickly. That was my turn to explain. But anyway, breakdown is. I'll be honest. I don't like this one, especially when you get the music on, because it is creepy. Like, if you don't want to spin it too long here, it's got a very creepy track. But yeah, there's some rooms with just jam-packed with specters that you're going to see him deal with here in a moment. So we drop down and grab our red key, and he's got the rocket launcher set up, which I believe he's going to swap over to BFG once they're cleared out of the way. Okay, just
The
picking off the
multi-star
Shredder.
is so good when it works.
Yeah, we got to take out.
Like 10 of them.
You got to take out all of them, or you can't progress.
Like, even if you manage to leave the room, like the locked door, you still get blocked by a barrier, so you're stuck fighting them no matter what. What? How did he scratch me from there?
Kind of threw you off the platform.
He threw me off the platform and through the wall. This guy was on point. He's getting a raise at the next hell meeting. Unfortunately, that makes my health a little dicey here, so...
You gotta dodge that.
Thanks.
Ooh, max damage roll.
Okay, as long as I don't get trolled by these hit scanners, we should be okay.
Very
I
dense.
am very low on bullets, though, and that's kind of concerns me for the next level because I need some bullets.
Grab that supercharge. Very much needed after that punishment we just took. Right, and here we are right at the end. And thankfully, it's only imps down here. They're easy to deal with most of the time.
The worst thing about that exit is soft locking down the well. If you line def skip the exit.
Okay, so this is level 21, Pitfalls. It's another pretty long level with two very distinct major sections. We get the yellow key right away in this small area, then we get to the bulk of the level with this big, like, cave-like area. First thing we do is jump to this switch to start a terrain transformation skip, which lets us get into this other half of the level, which is, as you can see, a lot of corridors, very narrow, and we're going to have to deal with a bunch of pretty tanky enemies, specifically Barons, after we get the blue key that's coming up soon. Kind of scary bridge we cross here, and then we get to this big room, the blue key, and thankfully we're going to get an invuln to the side. Picking up some cells on the way out, and yeah, there's like there's four like Barons of Hell that spawn, like, once you grab the blue key. Basically just wasting your time. Thankfully we can face rocket them without too much trouble, since we're invincible. We don't care about face rockets, at least at the moment.
So I actually only want to weaken them, because we're going to have to go back through there later, and I want to be able to just blow through them with the BFG when I come back, because there's a lot of Barons, and they are very tanky, and if that hallway is actually filled with full HP Barons, I will probably die.
Yeah, that is the good point. I think while you're here, they just kind of go towards the teleporter. So they'll give you a nice welcome back party soon.
That's a welcome back party. Woo. Thankfully, they started infighting. Less 64 infighting.
Yep.
And now we have to get back to that teleporter. This is a really tough jump to make. There's no actual jumping. It's just running as fast as you can. Oh, that was relatively painless. Good. Alright, good. We're out of here. As long as I don't soft lock myself down the well. Okay.
Those BFG shots are so satisfying.
They really are.
Right, so this is Burnt Offerings, which is thankfully got some good resupplies with like a megasphere, some rockets. But we're gonna do some clever platforming to get to our key. Well, we would if the Chaco hadn't blocked us right there. Yep. So yeah, there's a dart trap here, but if you stand in a specific spot, you can avoid getting hit. Or you can just do this little dance to show off.
Yeah, we like calling that ring around the rosy, thanks to Peaches. So shout outs to Peaches, the OG runner for this game.
You're definitely more confident in that spot. I would have just stood still and just prayed for the best.
Well, the worst thing I learned when doing ILs of this category for this level is that if you stand in one spot, yeah, you're safe from the darts, but usually the Arachnotrons just snipe and kill you. So ring around the rosy became a new strat that I brute forced during IL attempts, and it's worked out pretty well. Also, what is this arrangement? Jesus.
And to note, there was a switch to raise some blockers for that dark room, but of course that's slower, so why do we want to go slow? So
that lost soul! How did he manage to get there? And I dime face rocketed myself.
Photobombed.
Lost souls in this game are incredibly aggressive. I've had one chase me literally around the entire level on stuff like Blood Keep.
So that part right there where you were trapped in, if you slow down the footage, you'll see those, like, they'll rise up out of the ground, but it moves so incredibly fast that it looks like it's just walls enclosing you in.
Is that really how that works? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're each individual walls that come up and then lower back down.
I actually did not know that. That's cool.
It goes so fast you can't tell.
Yeah, it really ties into, like, the creativity of the mappers. Like, big shout outs to Randy Estrella, Danny Lewis, and Tim Halar for awesome maps in this game.
Yeah, and this engine in general can just do quite a few things that PC Doom normally can't, which is great. Makes for a very unique experience.
Yeah.
So we got Unholy Temple here, the last big level of the campaign. It's another castle motif, as you can see. So we had to kill a bunch of Arachnotrons at the start to get to a teleporter inward, and then kill all these barons here to reveal a switch to open up the inside of the castle. And I think we're gonna go to the secret to stock up on cells. Yeah, there's like 300 plus here.
Yeah, you definitely want those. That'll last until the end of the game, pretty much.
Yeah. Alright, so now we can start collecting the keys here. Then we have to wait, I believe, for a few waves of pinkies to, drop from the sky. And then got some barons as well, airdropping in. I think, yeah, once the barons drop in, then we can activate the switch since the macro is done, which lowers the blue key ledge.
Oh, that hurt a lot. Shoot.
Yeah, baron fireballs, no joke. For sure.
Yeah, I really wanted to conserve my armor since the next level is, well, it's no escape, and I really want armor for that. So hopefully we'll play the rest of the level okay. But let's talk about this line def coming up.
Oh yeah, so the line def, we're gonna be skipping a trigger here that basically, see a yellow key in the corner there. We would try and go for it. It's gonna fake us out, despawn, and then a baron spawns in. Nice, first try.
Nice.
Yeah, that happens like 3 or 4 times with each edge of the room. And what essentially happens is the last one is the real key, quote unquote. And once you collect that key, which we don't want to do, the castle locks and there's a bunch of cacodemons that spawn. So by doing that line def skip, we cut out like an entire fight and sequence that we would have to do otherwise.
Yeah, we will have to kill the barons, and that would spawn from doing the key sequence normally to get to the exit, but we can do that when everything's controlled. We don't have to re-leave the room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This level is kind of unique in that we have the 3 keys that we collected. Nice.
No scoped again.
Yeah, there's that funny auto aim because there's a Hell Knight up there. Yeah, there's a few like sequences that you have to memorize, but an easy way to remember is just like start with one color each, like red, blue, or yellow, and then go the same like clockwise way around the room, and that opens up switches that you can use to lower the pillars for the level exit. By far the longest level, just because of that reason, like all the backtracking you have to do.
Surprisingly, it's actually not much longer than Spawn Fear. They're almost about even with each other.
Yeah, Spawn Fear is pretty long too. That's true.
Also, just want to give a quick shout out to Andrew Shoedice for the incoming raid. Thank you, Raiders. Welcome, Raiders.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Alright, we've got 3 Cyber Demons in this level. And I don't have an invulnerability this time, so we're going to be fighting them head on.
Yeah, this can be a pretty short map, but yeah, of course, like you said, we gotta contend with those cyber demons, and there's thankfully a lot of that central area that can top us back off on health, but there's just a lot of back and forth to activate a switch, which lowers that wall. Then you kind of pass through there. Now that this level technically doesn't have an exit, as the name implies, so we gotta finish off these 2 cyber demons in order to get out.
That one decided to like be in the worst possible spot. So there's 2 of them together in the cage, and that's what makes this extra scary.
Right, one more to
One
go.
more.
Doing a little dance.
He's almost dead. There we go.
Nice. We're out of there.
On Be Gentle, there would be a Megasphere, but we got one in the next level. It's not a big deal.
Alright, so final level of the main campaign, the Absolution, which actually was, I believe, the original name of this game. Um, Funnily enough, so kind of like a kind of sin-ish. We have like a big arena, lots of enemies continuously spawning, and there is a limit. Um, but we're gonna be here for a little bit, starting right out the gate with Pain Elementals, which is good since we have an invuln from the starting room, and we want to take care of them as quickly as possible so they don't clutter up the arena with lost souls. But other than that, we get some weaker enemies as time goes on. Get Arachnotrons, then we get Hell Knights, then we get Imps at like the very end, I think. And then we got a nice surprise when everything is dead. Waiting in the middle there.
All right, while this is going on, can I read a couple of donations? Because we do have a couple toward the Play the Fun Levels incentive.
Yeah.
All right. L donates $20 and says, this goes toward the fun levels. Gotta watch Zillow die some more, or maybe not, since he's cruising through this run. You're doing great. Yeah, you are doing great. And thank you, L, for that great donation.
Yeah.
And now we have Corgiba donating $50, who donates toward the voice English in the voice language bid war for Final Fantasy 16, who says, let's go trans rights.
That's time, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Thank
time.
you, Corgiba.
Time right there on final results. So, oh yeah, you didn't even see much of the Mother Demon because the BFG is so overpowered. We can 2 to 3 shot her, and she doesn't get a chance to shine. So bye bye.
Yep.
All right, I'm saying a 49-40 for my time. That's pretty solid. Anything under 50, I consider a great marathon run. This game's really volatile in this category and difficulty. It doesn't look like we made the fun levels, unfortunately, so we'll have to show those off maybe another time if this gets back in the marathon. But I'm sure you'll want some more Doom 64 action in the future, so we'll see if we can make that happen. But anyways, y'all want to give some quick shout-outs real quick before we sign off?
Yeah, Wes, you can go first.
Yeah, if you were here for my other run, yeah, you can follow me at WesleyWulf on YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, was another Night Dive remaster. You know, they've just been knocking them out of the park with the remasters. So, always love seeing this showing off. Thanks for having me for both my run and on commentary.
Yeah, thanks for having me as well. Shout outs to Trans Lifeline, the Fastest Furs staff and community. Shout outs to Zila for that awesome run. So scary, just beginning to end. And, Night Dive for all the remaster work they've done. That's pretty much it for me.
Yeah, I just want to give some quick shout outs since I know we're running a little bit behind. Big thanks to Midway and Night Dive for this amazing game. This game is very cheap, and after you donate to Trans Lifeline, you should buy this for $5 or even less if it's on sale. It's available everywhere modern. But more importantly, biggest thanks to Fastest Furs for continuing to let me do these things. Because I'm not furry, but I'm happy that they let me be their ally. Just really support them and let me do things with them, and it's a great cause, especially because, like Wolf said, we're from Texas, and Texas is very not trans friendly with a lot of things happening. So get support if you need it. Find your friend groups. Do what you got to do. But I want to stick it for y'all. Trans rights are human rights, and I'll see y'all next time, but we should go ahead and get rid of it with our next game. So thank y'all very much, everyone.
Thank you very much. All right, and thanks again, Zello, for that incredible Doom 64 run. We are going to take a quick break, so get up, stretch, get a little drink, and we'll be right back with Gunfire Reborn.